Can Michigan football seal the deal and bring home the Natty? Welcome back to Big Discussions 76 Sports. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar. For those of you who don't know, I am a proud Michigan alumnus and I am a proud supporter of our Michigan football team. Go Blue. Please smash that like button no matter how long you stay. Shout out to Bo Lytle. Respect is earned. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel. Well, hey everyone, I just wanted to get in here and make a short video giving my thoughts and predictions on Monday night's game. I think I am pretty much down from the high and the disbelief from what happened at the Rose Bowl, and I just wanted to come in and make a short video talking about the national title game between our Michigan Wolverines and the Washington Huskies. There's not a lot I can say that pretty much everyone else, Joel Klatt, Steve Dace, Sam Webb, Vance Bedford, Johnny Olden Jr., everybody, there's not much I can say that others haven't said, but I wanted to come on and give my thoughts on what's going to happen. But before I do, I am going to reminisce for just a moment on my memories of Michigan football and what a national title would mean for me on Monday night. Now, a national title will be particularly sweet for me for a number of reasons. I got to Ann Arbor in 1999 to start my graduate program, so I was 2 years removed from the 1997 national championship, and I remember seeing that from a distance at my HBCU. There were some guys there rooting for the Wolverines, Charles Woodson in particular, but that national championship was also shrouded in a little bit of controversy due to having to share it with the Nebraska Cornhuskers, but that's a different story. So when I got to Michigan, those were Lloyd Carr's final years, and Lloyd came close a couple of times to qualifying. Well, is qualify the right word? His teams came close a couple of years to making it into the BCS top two. Back then we had the BCS and only two teams could play for the national championship. In each of those years, something happened that prevented Lloyd Carr's teams from getting in there. There are whole videos on that. John U. Bacon has written books on that. That's in the past, and then so when Lloyd Carr was run out of town, and we went through the Rich Rod years and the Brady Hoke years, and then Coach Harbaugh took the team over in 2015, and he achieved some success. There were a lot of ups and downs. There was the 2016 Ohio State game. There was the revenge tour season. There was the COVID year. There were numerous transfer quarterbacks. There were all kinds of things that went on. There was the putrid bowl record. There were all kinds of things that went on, but I'm just going to say that there was a lot of adversity for Coach Harbaugh, the team, and us as a fan base, and a lot of folks wanted Coach Harbaugh out of there, and a lot of folks called for his head, but the Ward and the school kept him on, and Jim reshuffled his coaching staff, and so here we are. So there was a lot of adversity since Jim took the program over 7 to 8 years ago, And if they're able to seal the deal on Monday night, that will make all of that, the history of the program since the last national title and the fact that it was a shared national title with no official playoff, and then the adversity all the years since then, and across amongst all the coaches and all the players and Coach Harbaugh's adversities and all the scrutiny that the program has been under this year. Yeah, winning the title on Monday will make this that much sweeter. And this will be my first national title as a Michigan fan as a Michigan alum. Now I'm going to use the Rose Bowl and actually one play in particular to set up my discussion of Monday night's national championship game in Houston. I would give our defense the MVP for that Rose Bowl victory over Alabama. And a lot of people focused on that last play where that fourth down where Jalen Milroe was unable to get Alabama in the end zone and tie the game and send it into another overtime. All four of those defensive plays were magical, but I think my favorite was the Josh Wallace, Jermaine Burton tackle. Jalen Milroe threw that ball out to Jermaine Burton, and Josh Wallace made a really good tackle in space. He tied him up, and then Mikey Sanders still came over, and they pulled down Jermaine Burton, and I think he suffered a leg cramp after that. But for me, from my vantage point, that was Alabama's best chance to score in that overtime period. And so it was it was good tackling in space, and I think Michigan's going to need more of that, especially with Washington's air attack with their potent passing game with Michael Penix and his wide receivers. I think the Wolverines are going to need good tackling in space, and they're going to need to bring a level of aggression, that same level of aggression that they brought against the Alabama Crimson Tide. So I think they're going to need more of that. And I think the key to the game, for me, the key to the game is going to be how and if they're able to defense Michael Penix Jr. He presents a different set of problems than Jalen Milroe did. He put on a quarterback clinic against Texas, and he was a bit of a surgeon back there. He was pretty much playing pitch and catch with his wide receivers. Texas was unable to get pressure on him, and he just sat back there and surgically carved that defense up and moved his Huskies up the field at will. I know the game was close at the end, and there were a couple of snafus on Washington's part, and Texas brought the game close, and they made the game close. But I think that if it's going to be interesting to see if the Wolverines will be able to get pressure on him, and if not, how will our secondary players cover their wide receivers? So in terms of pressure, I think if our front seven can get to him and disrupt him and hurry him up, I think that will work out in our favor. And I think that if they can't get there, because he gets the ball out pretty quickly, I think that our front seven needs to do something that Alabama was consistently doing to J.J. McCarthy, and that's getting their hand up and batting balls down. So if they can't get to him and pull him down the way they were doing Jalen Milroe, I think they need to do a good job putting their hands up and batting some of his balls down. So I think that's going to be huge. I think that with having had Monday night's game and with the special teams issues and with the offense having that rust, I think having had that game, I think those two units will play a lot better this Monday. And so I think this is really going to come down to how our defense plays and slows down Michael Penix Jr. If they slow him down, I think we will win this game handily. If they don't, I think it'll be a bit of a track meet where it's going to come down to who has the ball last. Now, you all know how I do things. I like to look at the numbers. I'm a scientist, so I think numbers tell you something. So I pulled up the statistics from the Sugar Bowl matchup between Texas and Washington. And I'm just going to go over some things here that are standing out to me when I look at these numbers. So Texas, let's see, Washington, generated 25 first downs. Texas generated 23. Washington generated 532 total yards. Texas generated 498. So the ball can be moved on this Washington defense. Texas generated 318 total passing yards. All right. And Quinn Ewers went 24 for 43. Texas generated 180 rushing yards. So Texas was able to move the ball through the air and on the ground on that Huskies defense. Texas hurt themselves. They had 10 penalties for 66 yards. And Texas lost 2 fumbles. And in that game, Washington won the time of possession. They held the ball for 36 minutes and 20 seconds. And Texas held the ball for 23 minutes and 40 seconds. But I think what these statistics are telling me is that our offense, if it gets rolling on Monday night, our offense can move the ball on this Washington defense. So once again, it's going to come down to whether or not and to what degree our defense can slow down and bother Michael Penix Jr. And everyone, that's all I got. So how does our defense slow down Michael Penix Jr.? Well, let's see what Jesse Minter comes up with. He's a very savvy and crafty defensive mind, and he's done a spectacular job all season long. So let's see what he comes up with. So everyone, let me know what you think in the comments section below. This is Big Discussions 76 Sports. My name is Dr. Anwar Yusuf Dunbar. Shout out to Bo Lytle. Respect is earned. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want to donate something to the channel. My Cash App and PayPal are below in the description box. You can also leave a super thanks. And finally, please consider joining the Big Words LLC Newsletter. In addition to being a YouTube content creator, I'm also a writer with 2 blogs and a book project on the way, a sports-related book project on the way. So everyone, let's see what happens. Let's see if the Wolverines can seal the deal and bring the national title back to Ann Arbor. I don't want to jinx it, but I think they can do it, and I think they will. So let's see. Go Blue. As always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Always try to do your best. Take care, and I will talk to you the next time. Bye-bye.